whenever you find out like who you are and like how you actually think and how you function, you find out what you like, what you don't like. You find out that sometimes bodybuilders are loners.
Yeah.
And then they like, oh, well, I want to find a significant other, or I want to find the right person, but they're incredibly picky and they can't find that person. It's because they're not going to settle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not going to settle. You want somebody that, you know, that understands you. And once you know who you are, you're like, fuck. And everybody has their little problems and everything. But for me, I always joke because I found Hannah and I have been together for almost 2 years. And she's 10 years younger than me. It's a little fucked up.
Not really.
But the thing is,
it's not that bad.
No, but the thing is, we weren't expecting to meet each other.
Yeah.
Whenever we got together, it was like, because I dated other women. I dated older women my age, younger women. I'm like, I just want to meet somebody that like I click with.
Yeah.
And the one shallow quality that I had was, whoever I meet, obviously she's got to be good looking, but she's got to have a good heart. But I was like, if the bitch don't drink coffee, it's fucking no-go.
I thought you were going to say she has to have big boobs. I don't know why, but I thought that's where you were going. I didn't.
She has huge boobs. But I was like, she's got to be able to drink coffee. She's got to drink coffee. And
why?
I'm like,
why?
Okay, so the thing for me was when I was going through all my shit, I love, my mornings are everything. Like it sets the tone. Like I'm a morning guy, dude. I love that early morning cardio. I like waking up, going outside on a fall morning, spring morning, winter morning, summer morning. I just like it, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, whoever I'm with, if I can't do it on a Sunday morning or on vacation, we wake up and enjoy something together, which I consider my coffee to be like 2 right behind cardio.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if I can't enjoy that with that person, I don't want nothing to do with them. Yeah. And it's such a shallow shitbag thing to say.
Not really.
But not really.
No.
So like so that was all that was like my standard. I was like, she doesn't drink coffee.
I don't think it's shallow because you know what? It's something that means a lot to you. So if the person's not going to share it with you, what the fuck's the point?
I never knew that about myself until I spent time alone.
What? That you liked your morning coffee?
That I liked my mornings, and I liked that feeling because previously my mornings were kind of fucking crazy.
Well, let me ask you this. When you were like in college, because like in high school, more in college, I used to sleep until fucking like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Because I used to bounce like for a long time before I got my first contract. So I'd sleep in, I'd go to bed at 4 or 5 in the morning. I'd wake up at like fucking 1 or 2.
Yep.
And then now if I get up past 8 o'clock, I feel like I'm fucking lazy.
Oh, bro. Yeah. The only time I'm up, the only time I'm still in bed till like 9 o'clock is if, you know, I'm having a good time.
Wait a minute. I want to ask you something. So you meet this girl, she's sweet as pie and she's fucking younger than you.
Yeah.
Do you put on your best behavior or do you give her full blown Seth right from the start?
I was pretty much myself.
Really? And she still stuck around.
She had no clue who I was.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing though.
She had no clue. She's kind of an airhead. Which is, I mean, she knows she is. But my thing was, I was like the coffee thing. And then we go out on our first date. And, you know, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to be myself. Because if I'm not myself, then
there's no point.
There's no point in doing it. No. So I was myself. And then like 3rd question in was like, so, like, do you like drinking coffee? Like, cause I wanted to fucking know whether or not like this whole thing was going to be worth it.
I didn't realize it was that important. Like the 3rd question. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going in. Like, I was like, I'm going to find out right away because sweet girl, like so sweet.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I love coffee. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, like I go to Dunkin' Donuts every day, this, that, the other. And I was like, oh man, I think I got one here, you know? I was all excited.
So let me ask you this. She knew who you were because you acted like yourself, but did she know she was going to be in all these videos and you were going to talk about getting blowies and you're going to talk about her boobs and you're like, that's a lot for a girl. Like even the little bit I talk about my wife on this podcast, she's like, people are going to think I'm a fucking asshole. I'm like, no, they're not. And I'm like, I'm making fun of myself. But you talk about a lot of shit. So I'm like,
yeah, you know, at first, like, cause she was like, people at her work were like, they're like, do you ever watch any of his videos? Do you know who he is? And she's like, what videos are you talking about?
Oh,
and
no.
they're like, oh, he has a YouTube channel and he's like kind of famous.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no. And then I get a text being like, so you do videos on YouTube? And I'm like, yep.
Oh, no.
Like, okay. So like, then she's going through everything, and she's like, so you're kind of like really intense. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I told you this. She's like, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
So, but she embraced it, because all the fuckery that I do, all the vulgar, profane shit, even obscene or offensive, it all comes from a good spot.
Oh, no, people know that. But still,
that's why I think people know it, and that's why it works.
No, but wait a minute. I know people know, but it's got to be hard for most women, I want to say, would be like, did you have to tell him I gave you a blowjob today? Like, it's so specific. You're like, I see your stories and you're like, I got up today, I got a blowy, I fucking feel good. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, his fucking wife is going to kill him.
So, okay. So,
no?
Like, she doesn't, just because, like,
she doesn't watch it, or she doesn't care?
She does care to a certain extent, but doesn't, because, like, we legitimately, like, like we've talked about this, like, we're still in fucking honeymoon love, dude.
Well, that's what I think. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
We absolutely adore each other. Like, I've never had a woman look out for me the way she looks out for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I watch out for her like she's my woman, you know what I mean? And so it's like, whenever those things happen, you know, we joke about it, but the thing is, it all happens in life, and I'm so comfortable with it. I view what I've become and what I am as like a dirty comedian.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, whenever you're just watching like a comedy skit, and like vulgar, obscene, fucked up shit's occurring, and everybody's dying and laughing, and they're like, yeah, I get it. That happens too. I know.
Yeah.
I think that, like, the Friday morning fun that I have, or Monday morning, or whatever morning it is, and I do this, people are dying. They're like, this is hilarious. But then it brings joy to their life. So anybody that, like, around town, or anybody that would say anything to her, because we've had this conversation, she's like, no, she's like, we love each other. She's like, if you're not getting a blowjob, or you're not giving your husband a blowjob, aren't you a little worried about him? Like, because
that's true.
She's like, I'm gonna make sure that you know that, like, you're mine, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I got you. And I'm like, God, I love you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but I think and that's how she looks at it. And it does take a special person, because sometimes, like, I haven't taken it too far yet.
You haven't taken it far, but you do have to. I mean, you better get her something real nice for your anniversary, because I don't think there's a lot of women. I mean, look, there's two ways to look at it. The one thing is this: as far as the people watching, that's what makes you so relatable, because they're like, some guys watching that going, yeah, I got a fucking blowy today too. It's great. But that's right. But as far as she's concerned, it does take a special woman to be able to be out in the public eye and not take offense, or not be like, why'd you tell them that, or this and that. And
again, like, I know, because it's hard to even. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. She watches out for 2 kids that aren't hers. Like, she watches out for 2 kids that aren't her, takes care of me, deals with all my bullshit, all my mood swings, my ups, my downs, all my shit. Still loves me, you know? And that's why, like, we just, like, whenever you have something like this, I'm like, man, like, I know how bad was, and now I'm like, it's pretty good. Like, this is great. Okay. And like you said, just treat each other right. I get her nice shit. She fucking treats me like gold, dude. And
give me what's a common romantic thing that you do that I can use? I need some ideas. I'm 12 years in. all my ideas are old.
I'd say the one thing that we do really well with each other is we know each other so well that like, because we've had so many conversations about, like, what we both wanted. Like, it's the little things. Like, her birthday's coming up here soon, and I'm like, I don't really need to get her anything, because we kind of get everything that we need. You know, she's been saving money because she wanted to get herself a new purse. So she's been working, doing all her stuff. She went and got, you know, a really nice purse.
Yeah.
And like, so I can't get her a purse.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, what does she like? And I'm like, I know she loves sweets. And on her birthday, I did a thing last year with cupcakes. And like, I was like, okay, so I'm going to make sure she has, you know, some gourmet cupcakes. I'm going to make sure that I give her undivided attention, because I know that I'm always on my phone fucking off doing something when she's trying to talk to me.
Yeah.
It's just the minute little bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's just the little things that, because we have been together and we've had some serious fights, and we built a gymnastics facility together and fucking hated each other for about a month.
Yeah.
So we had those little downturns.
Yeah.
But like whenever we would go out on a date, like I do everything I can to treat her like it's the first date.
Yeah. I'm glad you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm glad you said that though, because I had Kuklo on here last podcast, and he was like, I never fight with my wife. Everything's perfect. And I believe him. I believe him.
Yeah.
But it's not most of us. Most of us are like, some days I'm sleeping on the fucking couch, you know, like,
yeah.
So let me ask you this. Are you the kind of guy that says sorry, or are you the kind of guy that waits for her to say sorry?
It depends how wrong I was.
If you're only a little wrong, you'll fucking be stubborn about it.
I'm an asshole.
But if you're mega wrong, you'll fucking say sorry.
No, we both do a good job of admitting when we're wrong, because building we were fucking like honeymoon kids before we built the gymnastics facility.
Why was it so fucking like? Why was it so bad?
It wasn't bad. It was
like, why were you fighting about the gymnastics set? Like, what made it like such a problem?
I'm right, you're wrong.
Yeah, but is it her facility as well? Like, are you?
Oh yeah, no, we went into business together. We're in business together.
Oh.
She runs the gymnastics facility.
Now it makes sense.
We funded it. So and I built it. Like, I was the one digging the hole. I was the one doing everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, whenever you do anything, you're going to ask a million questions.
Yeah.
And I'm asking a million stupid questions to her, and like we get into bickering matches, and then me being me after so long, I'm like, well, that's just fucking stupid. Just fucking stupid.
Yeah, they don't like
that. Because at some point you have to separate like your relationship and business. And I'm like, this is strictly a business question, but you're fucking stupid. I'm like, this isn't gonna fucking work. And then guess what? Like,
she's right.
3 days later, whenever like it comes to that position starts to come to fruition, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it.
I bet.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, like, really sorry about the other day. Like, I was wrong. You were right.
Yeah.
And like, but those are the things that tested us, because it was really expensive to do.
Yeah.
And then I had to build it, and I didn't know anything about gymnastics. So she had to explain it to me. And there were times where she's like, I've told you 7 fucking times. How do you not get it? I'm like, because I'm an asshole. I'm a moron. I just don't fucking know.
It sucks so bad when you have to eat shit and say sorry. It sucks. It sucks so bad. Especially when you know you're fucking right, or you think you know you're right, and then you turn out to be so fucking wrong. You're like, fuck. I'm gonna fucking say sorry now.
And yeah, oh yeah, and I'm, you know, I think I know everything at times, and it was, but at the end of it, whenever we were done and everything's built, she said to me, she's like we were in there closing up after the grand opening, and she kind of broke down and was crying. I was like, babe, everything went great. Like, what's wrong? You know, gets all emotional, and she's like, I can't believe you built this exactly like I wanted.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, I didn't say anything assholish. I was like, that's like the nicest thing that you could ever said to me, because I put my heart and soul into it. Yeah. And like, she loved everything we did and all the fights and all the bullshit. And I'm like, man, like, it was really nice.
But isn't it funny that, because this is how I noticed if I sum up my 12 years with my wife, isn't it funny that no matter how much you fight with them and how much you think you're right, somehow when you look back at things, it all ends up the way they wanted. Like, everything in my life is the way she wanted. I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened that way.
It's because you wanted it to do it that way. You wanted it to go well for her. And that's the thing, that even though we sleep on the couch and fucking get all pissy about it, it's like we absolutely adore them. Adore them.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hostile and myself. And lastly, check out hostile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.